What?
What happened?
The focus is still all screwy.
Focus?
Oh.
Oh, you want everything to be in focus? Is that what I'm saying? Is that what I'm hearing?
Like me to be in focus.
You were just saying I want everything blurred.
Just be a smudge. You'll just be a smudge.
Just put a little schmutz on the lens. It'll give you that
like a-
soft.
like an episode of
effect.
Moonlighting.
Which is on Hulu right now.
I don't have Hulu.
That's a shame.
Smear a
It
little
is a shame.
Vaseline.
You could be watching Moonlighting right now.
Moonlighting strangers.
I never watched Moonlighting back in the day.
My aunt.
I never did either.
My aunt had a huge, she had a huge crush on Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
So we watched Moonlighting.
Ah,
And then all the Die Hard movies.
She watches them. If it's on television, a Die Hard movie, she's watching it.
I mean, same.
Yeah. But she's 72.
Well, that's one thing we have in common. Watching Die Hard movies on TV, not the 72 part.
even the bad ones?
Which ones are those? The half of them?
I think it's more than half at this point.
Is it really?
There are 2 good Die Hard movies.
Which ones?
1 and 3.
1 and 3.
Yes.
You don't like 2?
No.
Oh.
What?
2's
What
not
about
good.
the TV edit of 2?
Well, the TV edit of any movie is good.
I miss TV edits.
I know, right?
I can't.
We don't get those anymore.
Yeah. It allows you to watch
That's better.
adult content without worrying about the adult content.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All it
All
took
right.
was a fast karate punch.
Hello and welcome to episode number 888. What? 3 8s. That's right. For Tuesday, November 28th. Ooh, 4 8s. 2023. And I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, from Canada is Mr. Greg Seward.
Hi. That was a weird intro.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
I thought it was perfectly fine. How you doing, Greg?
Just doing fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
All right.
All right, joining me from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald. Hello. Phil.
Rockabye, baby. I'm Phil Theobald, your singing podcaster.
Oh,
That's
God.
right.
Here to welcome you.
Yeah. To the 888th week of this podcast. That we're saying.
Yes. 888. The number of the beast plus 2.
Oh.
What a treat to be back.
668.
More evil than better, and better than evil. That's me, the devil.
Plus 222.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I don't understand your new math that the kids learn today.
Yeah, they do it. They do it
8
differently.
is 2 more than 6.
Yeah. How'd your Black Friday go? You guys?
I didn't buy a thing.
buy
Fine.
anything? Yeah.
I slept in.
Yeah.
I
I
worked.
Yeah.
Sleeping in on Black Friday is the best thing.
I didn't buy anything.
I don't think I ever got up super early for Black Friday ever.
Really.
Yeah.
Not.
One year in the early aughts,
Oh.
I went to Toys R Us and got the black Game Boy Advance
On Black Friday.
on Black Friday because it was Black Friday special. That was
I'm
it.
very upset right now.
Why's that?
Our good friend Bill Mudron in the chat
Yeah.
made a terrible podcast Thanksgiving joke.
Yes. Go
What
ahead
did
and
you do on Thanksgiving?
do a rendition of it, Phil.
So a fellow walks into a bar and he says, "Hey, podcasters, what did you do on Thanksgiving?" The podcaster says, "Well, we 888."
888.
As
Yeah.
is the episode
I love
title. Which, can you believe? I know I was not around for the start of this podcast, but Greg and CJ
it. Mm.
planned. this whole thing out
17
so that
years
episode
ago.
888 would fall
I don't think so.
right after Thanksgiving.
I don't think we had that plan at all. I
The
don't think we
foresight that these
figured
two
that we would
had
make it past episode 8 at all.
is just mind-boggling.
More, much less.
It's nice to be
800.
appreciated.
No, you know what? I'm very impressed with you guys. So
That we've made it this long. That we've
I'm just
been
pleased that
this
Greg
regular.
is accepting my praise.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Whereas CJ's all like, no, I didn't think we
Oh,
were gonna do
oh.
anything.
CJ's
you.
just
Thank
gearing
you,
up to
Phil.
fight the war on Christmas, so he's getting ready.
What?
He can't accept
Happy
a
holidays,
compliment.
CJ.
Can't accept a compliment unless it's the right compliment.
No.
Yeah.
No. I picked up Iron Man on the Quest store for Black Friday, 40% off.
Well, all right.
Iron Man VR.
That's an old game. I
From
played
the
that
good
on
people
the VR1.
I still haven't
at
played it.
Camouflage
Excuse me.
Games. Yeah.
So how did you find it?
You just went on the store and looked for
I
it.
just went on the store and
Yeah.
bought it.
Despite the camouflage?
Yeah, that's right.
There
It's
you
good.
go.
It's good. I like it.
Thanks.
Alrighty.
Mhm.
Surprise, surprise. Not much news happened last week.
Well, there's something to be thankful for.
Because when the Americans have time off, the whole world grinds to a halt.
That is correct.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, Thanksgiving in Canada, a lot of
I don't
it
even
was
know
a
why I
heavy
come
news
here.
week. Thanksgiving in the U.S., everything grinds to a halt. Yes.
Yeah.
But we do have some things to talk about, and I wanted to bring this one up. This isn't really news, but if you happen to have PlayStation Plus Premium, you can download
Is that the highest tier?
trials. Yes, that's the highest tier. You need
Okay.
the highest tier for this. You could be enjoying trials of Baldur's Gate 3 and Gollum.
Oh.
So we have on one side the worst reviewed game of the year
Uh-huh.
and the best reviewed game of the year. Or it's up there anyway. And you could be playing those on your PlayStation 5 if you have PS Plus Premium. And I believe I said I probably wouldn't play Baldur's Gate 3 unless there was a PS Plus trial. And
Well, now there is.
Now there is.
You
And
called
now
your
I
bluff.
can play Baldur's Gate 3. So I've downloaded it. I have not booted it up yet. But
You haven't
I have
downloaded both of those demos yet?
I have downloaded both. Yeah.
Oh,
Gollum you
good.
can only play for an hour. Baldur's Gate 3 is a 2-hour trial. So
Well, they will send you to heaven before they send you to hell
that's right.
on
That's
PlayStation
right.
Plus.
But I'm excited to try Baldur's Gate 3 because it's favorited for several Game of the Year awards.
I've
So,
heard that.
Yes. Gollum,
Not so
morbid
much.
curiosity.
Yeah.
But why not? Why not?
Play that and that Kong game and see which one you like more.
Probably Gollum.
You think so?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, hey, Jet Force Gemini is the next game coming to Nintendo Switch Online. And in Japan, they are getting an 18 plus rated version of the N64 app that plays GoldenEye and Jet Force Gemini. Those are the only two games that are going to be in it.
Is Jet Force Gemini an M-rated game?
It's like yes, in
It
Japan.
turns into hardcore porn about 2 hours into it. Yeah.
That's why people like that game so much.
Mm-hmm.
In Japan, I think Sarah rating is higher. Yeah.
Huh.
Because you're shooting bugs, collecting those
Okay.
little teddy bear things.
Wait, shooting bugs?
Yeah, that's it. Jet Force Gemini is all bugs, right? It's like a shark.
No, we had this.
Troopers.
We had this discussion on one of our after shows. You're
Let's have it
thinking of
again.
Space Station Silicon Valley.
No,
No, you're thinking of Body Harvest.
Body Harvest. There
That's
you
the one you're thinking of.
go. Yeah.
This is a different game. This is
Different
this is
game.
the game with the robot dog.
It is the robot dog. Yeah.
Okay,
Robo Dog.
the Robo Dog.
The Robo Dog.
Yeah. So
And I'll be checking this out. This was one of those games back in the day, by the way, when we worked at EGM and we had to review a Nintendo game, which Jet Force Gemini was released by Nintendo. They would come by with the Lockbox N64.
Oh, right.
So Jet Force Gemini was on one of those road trips, and the Nintendo representative had gone to Game Informer before EGM,
Mhm.
Like they usually did.
like they usually did.
You're in
Yeah.
the Midwest.
In the Midwest, you stop in Minneapolis first, and then you come
Yep.
down to Chicago.
Yes,
And
indeed.
Jet Force Gemini had a problem though. Anytime you switched it off, it would forget your save. Like there was a possibility that it would not save correctly and you would
Oh.
lose everything.
Okay.
So had to play it through with without turning the power off. A little
Nice.
challenging.
By the way, the chat is telling us that yes, there are bugs.
So
Yeah.
So you were
bugs in
right.
Jet Force
wait a sec.
Gemini.
So how
That's
much
right.
time did you have with it then? Was it multiple days?
They were there multiple days. Yeah, I think I spent one full day with it.
So how did that work? Because when the Nintendo reps went back to the hotel,
Yeah,
they were
they had
supposed to take those things with them.
They were supposed to take them with them. Yes,
And
and they did. Yeah.
so
But
how?
the save?
What did you like? Hook up a generator or something? How did you
No,
keep
the
turning
save.
it
The
off?
save. It did not erase the save. Like there were
Okay.
times where if you died in a certain way, it would erase the save. Or whatever.
So I'm curious.
Yeah.
What did going to Game Informer first have to do with the story?
I got to see where their save location was.
Okay.
Their last
Oh.
last
I
save.
thought you were gonna say.
So
Then you
how
started talking
far
about save files that disappear? So
Got to
how
see
far
where
had
the
they
last-
played into the game?
How far they played into the game before they were going to write the review? Yeah.
Yes.
not very.
Probably not. Oh, the Game Informer at the time hated. They had a Nintendo bias against Nintendo, right? Like all of their Nintendo
they?
game reviews
I
were
don't remember that.
were lower than anybody else. Yeah.
I do remember they give like 1,000. Oh wait, no, that was GameCube. Didn't they give
Yeah.
one of the Paper Mario games like a really low score
I would not be shocked if that were the case.
because they thought
Well-
that their readers wouldn't like it?
I reviewed Paper Mario, and their old save file was on it. And I'm here to tell you, they didn't get very far in that one.
Oh, is that right?
No.
Oh,
Whoops.
yeah.
Yeah.
I see. Well, anyway, we love Game Informer and everybody who works there, past and present. But let's talk about this. To make ourselves feel extra old, Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo 64 is 25 years old.
So am I.
Last week, it came out back in 1998, November 21st.
Wow.
Yeah, gold cartridge.
But 1998 was like 10 years ago. How is this
That's
possible?
that's not how time works. No,
I don't
afraid
know.
not. I picked up the game. I picked up the Versus Books guide, the perfect guide for this game, and played through it on Thanksgiving weekend. Finished up at about
No.
4 a.m. on
Oh my goodness.
Sunday.
Jeez.
Yeah, and enjoyed the hell out of it.
It was a really good game. Turning
Yeah.
that on for the first time and seeing Link galloping along in the moonlight was pretty special,
Yeah,
I have to say.
yeah.
Yes.
And Micah in the chat saying that the Dreamcast is also 25 today, but that was in Japan. So that doesn't
So it
count.
doesn't count.
Yeah. Doesn't count.
Racist.
I mean, nobody's
Not
got nostalgia for
99.99.
Pen Triicelon or Godzilla.
I'll tell you what, I have my Godzilla VMU.
Is that right?
The Godzilla VMU didn't even save games, right? It was just a. I don't think you could actually
What?
use it as a memory card.
I'm pretty sure you could.
Could you? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Be a weird thing to make a VMU that didn't allow you to.
Well,
save
because
games.
it came out like 6 months before the Dreamcast came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Not
what?
sure
They
why
just
that would make
release
it not
accessories
functional.
that don't work on the.
Yeah, it was like
I don't
a
read-
virtual pet. It was like a Tamagotchi.
What is this? An Amico? Where they sell?
That's what Amico should have done. They should have sold people a memory card.
Well, I mean, they sold people empty boxes.
I guess that's true.
I mean, they weren't empty. They had like a coin in there.
Yeah.
and a trading card.
I didn't buy any of those.
Well, I would hope not.
Yeah. Oh,
Speaking of Amico, did you see that they've released the virtual version now? Did you get the press release on that?
I don't think I did.
I don't know if it's a beta or what, but you can actually play Amico games online now through your computer.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Pretty exciting.
What memories do you guys have of Ocarina of Time?
I have more memories of the Amico.
Because it happened more recently.
My mother is very proud.
I see.
I don't get that reference.
Well, do I have a 2-hour video to show you, my friend?
No.
Oh,
I don't. My memory of Ocarina.
did you play it back in the day? Did you finish it?
Oh, day one. Yeah. I mean, didn't finish it day one, but I played it day one. Like,
Did you have
It's
it
a very good
pre-ordered
game.
at Electronics Boutique in Lombard at Yorktown Mall, like I did?
no. Weirdly enough, I did not, as I was living in Charlottetown, PEI at the time.
Oh,
So yeah.
I see.
Actually, I don't know if I don't know if I was by then. I think I was, but no, I had
You-
not pre-ordered it in Lombard.
You didn't pre-order it.
Was that the game that a bunch of EGM people used their clout to get the gold cartridges?
No, that was only Joe Funk
Oh, okay.
who did that, I think. Or maybe it was Shu.
Was
I
that game
forget.
released that it was not the gold cartridge? Like, could you buy that game where it was just a gray cartridge? Because I know like it was
No.
released in the gold cartridge and it was the limited edition or whatever.
Not
All
initially.
gold.
no, I
not
believe
initially.
I think the initial run was all gold.
Yeah,
Initial run
I
was
think so
all-
too.
All gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a gray cartridge of Ocarina of Time, so I just not that I've been looking, but I don't remember seeing one.
Me neither.
So
Are you saying that the gray one would be more valuable if it existed?
I am saying I'm curious
Than
if
the
it
gold.
actually exists.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's the news.
That was it, huh?
That was it.
Wow.
That was brutal.
I know. But hey, Jet Force Gemini coming to NSO. That's another rare game. It's only a matter of time before we get the greatest rare N64 game. And of course, I'm talking about
Last core.
Donkey Kong 64.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. So I can replay it and have fun with that.
I would love to see you replay it. I really would. Like I would love to see that streamed.
Okay. All right. If they put it on there, I'll do it. I'll do a
Okay.
Donkey Kong 64 stream.
All right. I'm gonna hold you
Yeah.
to that.
Okay. The yellow cartridge. Yeah. Anyway, so I guess we can talk. We just go into what you've been playing. What do you think about that?
Oh my.
This is gonna be a short show. All right. Well, I'll go first then. I've been playing a bunch of things. Only a little bit of like everything though. I've been playing a little bit of Alan Wake 2. I hopped back into Spider-Man 2 just a little bit. Did one of the friendly neighborhood missions. The lady who is blind and you bring her a pet. That was super fun.
That was
Oh, yes,
I
yes.
liked that a lot.
That was a good one.
Yeah. The monster in the backyard.
The monster in the backyard. Yeah, it was great. So yeah, I played a little bit of Alan Wake 2. I am not far in that game. I'm in this sort of situation where I finished Spider-Man 2, and now I'm like, okay, what do I play next? And then now I'm not really sure what I should go after. I kind of want to play Alan Wake 2, but
Yeah, Alan Wake
Not
is
sure.
definitely near the top of my what to play next list, but I'm way too into Mario RPG right now. So
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Mario RPG as well. I played a little of that.
Yeah.
a lot of it.
I need to play more of it. And then I hopped back into Fortnite and getting levels in that because the shortened season ends this week.
Oh.
And then Eminem is going to be in the game for some reason.
The yellow one or the green one?
The red one.
Oh, the red one.
No,
Billy
Slim
West
Shady,
supremacy.
the real Slim Shady is going to be in.
I don't think he
Fortnite.
voices any of the M&Ms.
No, you
Maybe
never
he
know.
should. Maybe he should.
Hmm.
And then there is apparently going to be a Lego crossover in this upcoming season. There's like a big Lego thing, and Harmonix. Epic bought Harmonix. They're going to have some kind of rhythm game thing in Fortnite this upcoming season. So, like Rock Band in Fortnite. So that's going to be interesting. And then I played some Walkabout Golf with some of our listeners yesterday. That was a lot of fun. We played the Mist course in Walkabout Golf. Based on the 90s era CD-ROM adventure.
Does it look really pretty, but is actually really terrible to play?
No, it looks pretty and it is really awesome. It's really fun.
Whoa.
Of course, I know. And some of the holes have little like puzzle elements to them as well, where you have to like hit the ball over pressure plates that like make ramps go up and down. And it's actually really, really fun. And the level itself is very atmospheric. It's very nice.
All right.
So was Myst. So that makes sense.
Yeah. I never really played a whole lot of Myst at all.
Really? That's not surprising at all.
It's not a fun game.
I didn't like it. So
I've started Myst like a million times. It's just
not my thing. Not my thing. But
if you weren't there for when it was like completely new, and at least interesting from that standpoint, it I don't know that you really ever played through it. You know what I mean? Like there was a moment in time where you played through Myst, and if you missed
the chance,
then there wasn't any really reason to play it.
If you missed
stole that joke from Scoop Jessica in the chat.
Sure.
What's that?
The whole missed it.
Heh.
Wow.
And also Riven, the sequel to Myst.
I played a little bit of that.
No.
4 discs on the Saturn, right?
I don't know. I just remember the PlayStation one having a ridiculous number of discs.
Yeah.
Because that's the version I had.
Yeah. Well, also, hey, Game Awards is coming up.
Oh my goodness.
7th.
The Xbox
Humanity, by the way, nominated for Best VR AR Game. Go vote
Humanity
now for that. But also because Humanity is up for an award, I get to go to the Game Awards this year. Live. I'm going to be watching it live. So now I can't live snark it. I guess I can.
We'll do it for you. We'll be watching for you.
From the theater.
That would be great if we could just see you furiously typing into your iPhone.
No, you need to shout those snarks.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to hear muted snark coming from the audience.
I don't think that's not going to happen.
Or
no.
just a stupid joke on stage, and then you can just hear somebody in the distance in the crowd going, "Oh my god!"
From what I understand, it's real easy to just get up on stage no matter what during that show.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if the VR AR category is going to be a stage presented award. Probably not.
Then I need to hear you yelling about that.
Yeah. There you go. There's your first heckle.
Yeah, I need to get on stage.
Where's the AR awards?
That's right.
Yeah.
So I'm prepping for that. Excited to
you know, wear tux?
Experience a game award. No, of course not.
Why?
Why would I do that?
Why wouldn't you do that?
I don't know.
I asked first.
But I'm not going to be.
You need to bust out your Bjork style
maybe
swan
a tuxedo
dress.
t-shirt. A tuxedo t-shirt would be as far as I go.
Oh man, CJ classing it up.
Just wear a shirt that says "This is my Halloween costume."
My other shirt is a tuxedo.
I'm gonna wear a shirt that said I paused my game for this.
CJ's gonna wear a shirt that says I'm pressure sensitive.
I'm about to level up, and you look like you're worth just the right number of XP.
This is all gold. Why aren't we selling these shirts?
I don't know.
I believe these are all actual shirts.
They already exist, right?
Are they trademarked?
Huh?
Are they trademarked?
I can't imagine they would be.
No,
yeah.
I have I paused my game for this, or I paused my game to be here shirt. So
see,
I'll wear that.
What you need to do, head to toe Player One merch.
Yeah,
and just like
there you go.
Storm the stage.
The key thing is find out who the presenters are. I want to see at least one of them wearing a Player One podcast lapel pin on stage.
Well, that ain't gonna happen.
If I don't see at least one,
There we go.
you failed.
That's not gonna happen. No,
Failed.
It can't happen.
Lame.
You need to get real
Yeah.
good at like pickpocketing skills, but like the reverse. So you can go up, Mr. Keeley, nice to see you. Give him a pat on the shoulder,
Mr. Keeley.
but whoop, whoop, you just slapped a little pin on there. He didn't even notice.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think that's gonna happen. No.
You just don't have the dexterity.
I don't have no. I'm probably much taller than Jeff, so I could just
You can just pick him up and throw him, throw him
Hey,
out,
jerk
out the door.
Ah,
I'm Jeff Keeley now.
roar.
Rawr.
Keeley now. I loved you in Kiki's delivery service.
That'd be good. That'd be
Now it's CJ time to shine. Rawr.
But yeah, that's all I've been playing. That's it.
Oh my.
So Greg, we can move on to
Been playing Mario RPG. That's it. Just playing more RPG.
you.
I
Yeah,
have I don't know how many stars are there. I
7.
have
Oh my gosh. More than
Yes,
the
7
number of
stars.
sand grains on Earth.
Like the title of the game back in the SNES days, Legend of the 7 Stars, right?
Oh, that's a good point.
Right. Well, I have 5 stars so far.
Ah,
So I'm just sort of tearing through it. It's great.
All
Love
right.
it. So
Nice.
good. Don't really have much else to say about it than I did last week, though. I mean, it's great. It's awesome. It's real good. Sounds great. Looks great. Plays great.
yeah.
I love the little video segments when you do a triple attack. So in this game, it's similar to summons for Final Fantasy VII, or I guess espers in Final Fantasy VI, where when you fill up a power meter, then if you press select, you do a triple character, like one big attack, and it looks like
Mhm.
it's like a Final Fantasy summon where it's like a full motion video segment, and it changes based on who's in your party, because after a while you'll end up with 5 characters, but you can only have 3 in your party at any given time. And I just like it because they did these little sort of vignettes for those attacks, which is kind of cool. Like the one that when you have Peach, Mario, and Bowser, like Bowser will get into his shell and jump up in the air, and then Mario jumps up and kicks him forward, and then Peach throws an invincibility star at him, and then he just crashes into everything on the screen and does tons of damage. It's kind of cool that they created those little cinemas for it. Doesn't get old because they're very quick. So yeah, I'm really digging it a lot. I can't put it down.
Nice.
Yeah, and it sounds great. I
Yes.
said last week.
Yes. All right, then I guess we move on to Phil. This is going to be a very fast episode.
Apparently. My goodness.
Yeah.
I guess I'm the only one of the 3 of us who remembered that there's a new Mario platformer out.
No, I didn't forget. I'm just playing
Oh.
Mario RPG.
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
forget.
Well, I'm the only one who's
That's-
actually playing it, though.
Playing Alan Wake 2
I'm
instead.
playing Mario RPG.
Wait, you didn't talk about Alan Wake 2?
I said I was
Yeah, you
playing
did.
it.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that's all you have to say about Alan Wake 2?
that's all I got.
It is perfectly playable.
Perfectly playable.
He's
That's
playing
right.
it. The party didn't say was instead of Mario Wonder.
Yes.
That's true. Well, I'm playing
That's what I
Mario
love.
Wonder,
Yeah.
and I am still enjoying it. I have made my way to the final world,
Oh.
to Bowser's realm. I've collected all the Wonder Seeds
Yeah.
to eliminate the billowing smoke piranha plants from around Bowser's giant flying castle fortress,
Airship.
and have made, well, no, it's like a castle. It's like a
I
big,
guess you're right. Yeah, big flying castle.
yeah. If you played the game, you would know this.
Well,
Well,
I
it's
have played
Bowser
the game.
himself.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not his castle. It's him.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, Phil.
So now I'm there. Now I'm
Nice.
on Bowser.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I just got there a little bit before the show recorded, and again I've been going through kind of clearing out the levels, getting all the little seeds, getting all the big purple coins that you get to collect. So I've been having quite a bit of fun tearing through this thing. And I've you get to like world 5, and there's some tricky bits suddenly. It starts Mario games tend to get a little more difficult the further you progress in them. And yeah, I've kind of hit that point where I'm having to replay a stage a few times in order to get all the collectibles and such, but it's good times. I'm not getting frustrated or anything. I'm it's a proper level of challenge. Every time I've died, it was because of something stupid I did, which is good.
Yeah.
But
you using any of the abilities there? You got any of the favorite badges that you equip?
Badges. CJ, there's a wide variety of badges, and I love them all.
Of course.
You know what? I did get one.
Yeah.
Spoiler, I guess.
Nah.
You get a you get like a hook shot later in the game.
Oh. Yeah, I think
but
they've
instead
shown
of
that.
a chain with a little grappling hook or whatever, it's a piranha plant. You shoot a little vine out with a piranha plant, and it latches onto walls, and it pulls you over to them, and you can kind of cling to them. And then you can do this is sort of like you jump off the wall and then whip back over to it and jump and thwip and jump and thwip.
Like
and suddenly you're roping yourself up the wall.
Yep.
And it's a lot of fun to mess around with. It actually, it kind of made me wish that it was a little more versatile, because you can only shoot it straight in front of you. To the left or right. You can't throw it up or in any of the diagonals. But I was like, man, I kind of want
to continue the Spider-Man 2 fun.
I mean, yeah,
Mario Wonder.
I'm kind of having fun going through Mario worlds with thwips, but I don't know. Maybe some game in the future we'll go full
Spidey.
Mario hookshot. But yes, I'm having quite a blast with it.
Cool.
Are
you gonna 100% this one?
I mean, I wasn't intending to. I generally don't 100% Mario games.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of having so much fun with this that I'm sort of inadvertently doing it. It's because I have been trying to find all the secret exits and that sort of thing. It does anytime you're on like the map screen, if you press I think it's the L button, it brings up a little list of all the stages, so you can cycle through the worlds and then look at all the different stages, and it'll tell you what you've collected. Did you get
that's nice.
Yeah. Did you get all 3 of the purple coins? Did you hit the top of the flag
go directly to those levels? If you didn't do something, you want to go back and go directly there from that menu.
Yes,
which is also nice.
Yes, so you can just instantly warp to any worlds you want to replay. And if you have completed 100% that stage, there'll be a little green check mark plastered over it.
Yeah.
So, if you see a lack of a green check mark, you're like, oh, maybe there's a secret exit that I did not find. And then you just warp right back. So yeah, I've been going through and just kind of by accident 100%ing it. So
are you playing it at handheld or are you playing it on TV mainly?
I am playing it on my TV.
Oh, okay.
Because again, I bought this big damn TV. I'm going to use it.
You're going to play video games on it.
This is why I don't 100% understand, even with this lovely PlayStation Portal device.
Yeah. And it is lovely.
And it is lovely.
Yeah.
It is lovely and it works a treat. But I still do not fully comprehend your love of streaming gaming, because I got a big damn TV. I want my video games to look big damn.
Well, I want to hang out with my daughter and wife, and maybe they want to watch something like the Frasier reboot on Paramount Plus, and I want to play a video game.
I like how this just turned into an ad for the Frasier reboot.
Tough
First of all,
salad
if you
and
have
scrambled
Paramount
eggs.
Plus
Yeah.
and you're not watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine, I don't see the purpose of having Paramount Plus.
Well, yeah.
Because I'll tell you right now, having not seen a second of the Frasier reboot, Star
not
Trek
missing-
Deep Space Nine is the better show.
I'm positive that that's true.
I can guarantee you
Yeah.
that is the case.
Yeah.
But no, I like my video games big and bold and brassy and sassy. Texas style.
Wow. Oh.
That's how I like my video games. So yes, I've been playing it on the TV. Hey, speaking of TV shows you're watching on the streaming services, I watched do you have that HBO Maximum?
I do.
Smacked
It's
it
on
out. isn't it?
HBO.
It delivers
Max.
maximum home box office hits.
It's just Max. Yeah.
Pretty sure it's just
Yeah.
Max now.
So when I'm watching HBO Plus,
HBO Go.
HBO Go, as the kids say, I watched Scavenger's Reign
Yes.
on there. Have you seen this?
I know
You
of
heard
it.
about
I've not
this?
watched it. No.
Watch the trailer for it. It's a very good, creepy sci-fi cartoon. It's an animated program.
Yeah.
It looks like you know that comic artist Mobius?
Yeah.
It looks like
It's
like
Morbin
that
time.
style.
Hmm.
Yes.
That guy? Okay.
Yes. The vampire,
Yeah.
the Spider-Man vampire guy,
Yes.
it's him. It's his work.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks like that style of drawing. And it's a good show.
Okay.
So I recommend you watch it. If you want to watch
A
kind
good
of
show.
creepy science fiction.
Sure.
Anyway, so I've been playing some of the Mario Wonders. And I also picked up a classic liquid crystal display game. Have you seen these?
I have.
Have you heard about these types of games?
Like
I
30
used to
years
have
ago.
TMNT.
Oh, the old Konami one.
Yeah.
I have
was
that
on
game. I have that game. The green the shell it was in.
I forget what other ones I had, but I had a couple. I think I had Double Dragon as well.
Oh yeah, that was a Tiger one.
Tiger LCD. Yeah.
Yes, I had the Tiger one. I had the Tiger Double Dragon one. I had the there was a Batman one that Tiger made,
Ah.
and I also had the Gradius one from Konami.
Ooh. Nice.
But I bought a new LCD game, and this predates all of those. This one is from 1982.
All right.
This game is over 40 years old.
Talking Game and Watch days.
Yes, this is definitely Game and Watch era. I imported this from Japan. Look, it's right here. Look, there it is. It is Urushi Yatsura, based on the hit anime/manga from Rumiko Takahashi.
Yeah.
I picked
Now,
this up.
is that a genuine Nintendo Game and Watch, or is that some other company did that?
No, this is from some small company called Bandai Electronics.
Oh,
Never
never
heard
heard
of
of them.
So yeah, they're I don't know if they're around anymore. Bandai.
Yeah.
But yeah, they made a lot of licensed LCD games back in the day.
Okay.
One of which was from
Urushi Yatsura.
Urushi Yatsura, one of my most beloved anime properties,
And manga.
and manga,
There's manga.
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 and Japanese animation.
Is that related to Ninja Scroll or Vampire Hunter D?
It's a spin-off of those, yes. It's set in the same universe, just starring different characters
Yeah.
in different locations doing activities that are wholly unrelated to those other things.
Yeah.
But I picked this up on Yahoo Auctions Japan.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
So
And
did
it
you have
showed
to
up
go
the
through
other
like a
day.
third party? Did they actually the seller ship to the US, or did you go through a
Went through a third
second
party.
Yeah. Okay.
Went through Buyee.
Okay.
Buyeee.
Yeah.
Which Buyee, they have a deal. They have an understanding with Yahoo Auctions Japan. So like,
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah, if you go to Yahoo Auctions Japan, presumably just from within the US, like it basically just brings up the little Buyee window and says, hey, if you're outside of
Oh, really?
Japan,
Oh.
click here to bid or buy this stuff.
I see.
So that's what I did. And it worked a treat. It got here super, super quickly. And
Nice.
I popped in some watch batteries and played it for a couple minutes and said, yeah, this is neat.
Yep.
I'm delighted I spent my money on this silly novelty. And here it is. And now it's mine.
I see.
And something else I noticed with this, and this is something people, I'm sure, have known about this forever, but having just started dipping my toes into Japanese auction sites, I am just learning about this type of thing.
Yeah.
So this I bought from some person in Japan who was auctioning it on their site.
Yeah.
And it's an old LCD game. It's a relatively scarce one. As you can see, it's in the packaging.
Yeah.
I have the original box. It's a little, worn from 40 plus years.
Sure.
But
to be expected.
But it's in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the original
usually
instructions in there.
Does it have the receipt?
There is no receipt. But Japan though, that wouldn't have surprised me.
Right.
Yeah. But it's got the original styrofoam tray. It's got the original instructions.
Yep.
The system itself is actually in very nice shape. There's no scratches on the screen or anything. It still functions perfectly.
Yeah.
And this was
exploded batteries or anything.
No, nothing like that.
Nothing like that. Yeah.
It's in great shape. Is a little over $100. But
and also the currency conversion right now is real good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
On the US side.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so it wasn't like super cheap.
Sure.
But for a vintage LCD game in this condition, that's a pretty good price.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt that it's a mildly obscure anime license at this point, and not like a Nintendo production.
Right.
But I paid a little over $100 for this. But I had noticed on eBay, the American eBay, there were people selling this game, probably like 4 or 5 different auctions selling this game using the exact same pictures.
Oh, really? On
the I see that a lot.
Yeah.
Because I usually check Yahoo Auctions, and there's some other Japanese auction site that I kind of have just like a standing search setup for laser active games. And inevitably, if you see anything pop up there, you'll find the exact same auctions on eBay.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that works.
Well,
like it seems
it's
shady.
Apparently there's a little cottage industry of people who, sometimes people in the US, sometimes people in Japan, who will set up US eBay auctions. Because again, this, which I paid a little over $100 for, the US auctions were trying to sell it for like $250, $300.
Yeah.
So what they do is they set it up, hope someone snags it, and then the person who set up this sort of secondary auction will then buy it off of Yahoo Auctions Japan and then ship it to you, and then pocket the $200 difference that they charged you.
Yeah.
And if
Still seems shady.
it's very
Yeah.
shady.
Super shady.
And then of course what happens sometimes is someone else buys it off of Yahoo Auctions Japan,
So then they just cancel the auction on eBay.
and then they just they'll say like, "Oh, sorry, we couldn't find this game in our warehouse.
right.
We're canceling the auction, or we're canceling your sale and refunding you because we couldn't find it." And it's like, well, you could find it, but just someone else bought it.
Right.
So to like the 4 or 5 fake auctions on eBay, I'm sorry, I sniped this away from you. I'm sorry I cost you your $200 extra.
Yeah.
Shopping on the internet sucks.
It really does.
True.
But that's all I've been playing. Old
Alrighty.
LCD games and Mario.
Well, I guess we're gonna get on to tweets.
Oh. Tweedly-deedly-dee. Oh, tweedly-deedly-dee. Oh, tweet, and a tweet.
All right. Well, let's do this one from hacker alias Trezor, who says, "What is a game that is generally not well liked, but you enjoyed nonetheless?"
Batman Returns on the Genesis.
That's a very good example.
You know what else?
Indeed.
Stuntman on the PlayStation 2.
Oh, really?
I really liked that game a lot. And it's not good. It's very difficult. Like, it's way too difficult. And I really enjoyed that game a lot.
Didn't you review that one?
I did, and I finished it.
Yeah, I remember
man.
you
Yeah.
playing it in the cube next to me and just expletives coming over the
Oh,
wall.
it was super difficult.
like a waterfall.
I just liked it enough that I kept playing it.
Wow.
Yeah. I see. What about you, Phil?
I mean, most of the games I like are games that other
Earth's
people
Defense
don't.
Force, the entire collection.
Oh, hey, now. I am far from the only
Well, that's true. You're far from the only.
fan of that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You know what? An easy example for me is the NES classic Kid Nicky Radical Ninja, which is objectively not a good game.
Sure.
It's messy. It's kind of shoddily programmed. But boy, do I love it. I love it so much that I bought the strategy guide off Yahoo Auctions Japan. Look at that.
Really?
I got me the Japanese strategy guide. If you ever need some hot tips on how to defeat Death Breath or the Stone Wizard.
Is that the official Japanese translation?
Of like Death Breath? Is that his actual name?
Yeah.
I don't know. I suppose I could flip through here.
Could find out.
Do people hate Rambo on the NES? Because boy,
What's
did I
that?
love Rambo on the NES.
I think people hate Rambo on the NES. Yeah.
I loved that game.
I have heard that game is actually not that bad once you kind of get into it.
And you get over the fact that the Rambo license carried with it an expectation that game did not fulfill.
Right.
Like if it had been Contra, you're like, if it had a Rambo label and you played it and it's like, oh, this plays a Contra. Okay, that's what I expected.
Yeah.
But
isn't it kind of like
it's a Castlevania game or a Metroid game?
I've heard it's more like Zelda 2.
Yeah,
Really?
I can see that.
Doesn't it kind of have like Zelda 2 vibes?
I mean, it's just a big map with multiple ways that screens are linked together, and it's just a big quest game. That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
It's really good. I mean, it's not. I don't want to overstate.
You
it's
are
not
overselling it.
It's a lost classic.
It's not Metroid or Zelda 2.
So what you're
but
saying is the
in
next
that
Gold
vein.
Master game from Digital Eclipse is going to be
Absolutely.
Rambo.
Absolutely.
Oh,
But it's good. I really liked it.
nice.
I see. I would have to say Blue Dragon, definitely.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
really liked Blue Dragon.
I really enjoyed Blue Dragon. I finished that game.
It was one of the earliest
And-
games we talked about on this show.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot, and the soundtrack and the battle music is absolutely fantastic as well. Um, so yeah, but also a lot of the games I play are may fall into this category as well.
I
Just
hadn't noticed that
like
about you.
Phil, yeah. Hmm. All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias Super Cambot, who says, "What would you like to see in a Switch 2? Recent Nintendo patent seems to indicate a Switch-like system that opens up and uses two screens. It makes sense given Nintendo's vast dual screen library they can draw from. What do you want to bet it also has a DS 3DS slot?" Yeah, this is like a stealth question about that Nintendo patent, which may or may not actually be anything because so many times companies patent things that never actually become products.
People think the next system's going to be able to play like DS games.
I haven't seen that part of it, just that it has two screens, and people are implying from that patent that has two screens that it would be able to play DS and 3DS games. They're making the leap.
It would be able to play games that they haven't sold for years.
That's right. That's right.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I mean that now virtual console or what NSO or whatever it's called now. I mean, that would
Yeah.
open up DS and 3DS for
It would.
that
Oh,
service.
that's true.
You know,
But would Nintendo make a whole new hardware platform just for that?
I don't think so.
I don't
But
think so
I
either.
mean, I would never have expected the DS when it happened either. So
No. Would I want Nintendo to go back to a dual screen portable? I think that would be a fun idea. Sure. Do I think they'll do it? No.
yeah, me neither.
I think this is one of those times where the patent is a patent and it may turn into something, it may become nothing. It may be a DS mini years down the line or whatever. Like who knows what it could be. This could be preemptive in that you have companies like Ioneo making dual screen handhelds now, or like Ambernick making like a dual screen handheld. Like it could be in anticipation of that and not actually like a product that Nintendo would make.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think that really factors into what I would want to see for Switch 2. Although, hey, if you want to make Wii U games dual screen like this, I'd be all for that. Like, let's get
Yeah, it would open that up too.
Wind Waker HD with a dual screen display. That'd be kind of fun. But no, I mean with Switch 2, all I really want to see is better graphics and faster load times out of it. Like I really don't. I'm not going to be
More
upset.
horsepower.
Yeah, I'm not going to be that upset if they're once again using like an older revision of a chip, right? Like cuz even the Switch is using like a chip that was 2 years old at the time when the Switch came out. So like I'm not going to be upset if that's again the case. Just as long as we can get over that hump of certain games having technical limitations and slowdown and whatnot, would be good. Good enough for me. Good enough for me. I don't need like a technologically advanced Nintendo system. So that's what I'd like to see in the Switch.
Okay.
I'm not going to get upset if it doesn't have the most advanced DLSS to produce 4K visuals and ray tracing and all this other stuff. Like I'm not gonna be that upset. All right, should we move on?
Sure.
Captain Logan asks, did you find any good deals this weekend? Not really. No,
But I wasn't looking.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
So
no, I have too many games to play anyway. Like,
well, it was not even just games though. There was nothing that I was like, there's no appliances or anything like that either. Like, just I wasn't looking for anything. So
Not looking for anything. Okay. Let's do this one. From Hagrelius Compo. Did any of us play the Bluey game? We can just knock that out when everybody says no, and I can just move on.
No.
You
Nor
know
have
what?
I ever
It's
seen
funny.
Bluey.
Yeah.
I saw a little Bluey when Finn was young. He watched a bit of Bluey.
Yeah.
It seems like a pretty good show. It seems like I understand why people love Bluey.
There are a lot of people who are into it. Yeah.
Yeah. It seemed like a very nice kid show.
Mhm.
I'm very confused because there does seem to be a lot of discussion about the Bluey game. And I find it very confusing that people are shocked that it's bad.
It's a licensed game based on primarily kids television property.
Right. And I believe it's by Outright Games.
Oh yeah. Okay.
This is the company that made those terrible recent Transformers games that I've been disappointed by, and their kind of stock and trade is cranking out quick
Licensed games,
low budget games based on kids properties that are going to sell because my kid really likes the new Transformers cartoons, so they'll want to play this, or my kid really likes Bluey.
Yeah.
So they're going to want to play Bluey. And it turns out the game's not very good because it's a studio that specializes in not very good licensed games.
Yeah.
So it's weird that people are, so dismayed that Bluey is bad. Of course it's bad. Of course it's a bad game.
Yeah.
If you see Outright Games, it's like getting shocked that Game Mill games are no good.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
Or back in the day that an Acclaim game was no good.
I love Beetlejuice. Why isn't this LJN Beetlejuice game good?
I love Back to
why?
the Future. Why is this Back to the Future game a piece of smelly trash?
You know why? It says LJN on the box. Of course it's bad. It's your fault for expecting more.
Yes.
No, I did not play the Bluey game.
All right.
Put that trash in my system. We're a Peppa Pig household.
That's on Game Pass.
Yeah, see? Game Pass knows. The Peppa Pig is the real
deal. Hacker alias Jiggins.
Neither of them can hold a candle to Pocoyo, though.
Oh man, I love Pocoyo so much.
Yeah. Greg knows.
Pocoyo is adorable.
Pocoyo, yeah.
Pocoyo is top tier.
There you go. Hacker alias Jiggins says, favorite game to play over the holidays, even if just to dibble dabble. For me, I love dipping into Zelda for the NES or Ocarina of Time. Happy holidays, especially for Satan, whom I imagine has quite the difficult time finding a Christmas tree that isn't constantly ablaze. Perhaps a burning bush, is more their style.
This is getting pretty biblical up in here.
Little fire and brimstone on this holiday eve.
That's right. Yeah.
Happy holidays, lads. You'll note I didn't say Merry Christmas.
You don't want to get fired?
You just did right now.
Because I'm telling you that I will not be doing that. For I am engaged in a war on Christmas.
I see.
I don't know if you know this, but the dude whose birthday is on Christmas, he and I don't exactly see eye to eye on a few things.
I see. Huh.
So that jerk can go.
This is getting dangerously close to hate mail.
What?
You know,
everyone loves me.
I remember at EGM, Mark McDonald wrote a review for, it was either SOCOM or SOCOM 2.
Yeah.
And he wrote it in the voice of a drill sergeant. Like the whole shtick was that it was him, a drill sergeant, barking questions at a recruit, and then the recruit would answer, and that's where you got the information of the game. And and it was very much based on Arlie Ermy style drill sergeant.
Right.
And the whole time I was ADGM, I don't remember us ever getting more hate mail than from that review.
Oh, really?
And the reason why was because he had written "goddamn" in there a couple of times.
Uh-oh.
And we left it in because I honestly don't think any of us thought it was a big deal.
Right.
And boy, was it a big deal to some people. I was blown away.
Yeah.
Like I just couldn't believe the volume and the amount of like just how angry people were at that.
Wow.
Because we wrote a lot of other things that were worth getting angry about.
Sure.
GamePro was never this blasphemous.
Right. But it was the blasphemy.
Which is why I'm a hardcore EGM fan and always will be.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So game you play or Dibble Dally Dibbler?
I love to play.
It's called the Dilly
Snatcher.
Dabbler.
I love to play Snatcher around Christmas time.
Do you really?
Oh, is that right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's a Christmas game.
I don't
As
really
much as
have.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie,
I don't really have anything that I go back to like that. No.
Yeah, I don't know if I do either.
I know
like an
people who
annual
do. Where they're
tradition?
like, "Hey, I play Ocarina of Time every Christmas to relive that point." But I don't.
Yeah, I don't really have like a yearly tradition game. Maybe I should.
Yeah.
Maybe I should find
May
a.
I suggest Snatcher?
I suppose. I mean, Snatcher's a good game,
Right.
but maybe I need to schedule like a Mega Man 2 playthrough every holiday season or something like that.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
Something that's not super long. Something I'm familiar with, so I can kind of breeze through it.
Something that you play, you have the muscle memory down, so that it'll be
Absolutely
a nice, easy, breezy play. Yeah.
Yep.
I could do that with Mario 3.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That would be a good one.
Relive that time in the child world playing on the Play Choice 10. Yeah. I'll have to set a timer for 300 seconds to stop. I gotta put another quarter.
You want the Play Choice 10 experience of Mario 3.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once you hit that 300 seconds, you'll mail a quarter to Nintendo so you can reset your timer.
I've got their address.
Okay.
I can just drive by and throw the quarters at them.
Yeah. That's actually the best. That's how they like to handle it.
I'll
just drive past their headquarters.
Here you go.
Chuck a handful of quarters out the window into their parking lot.
That's right.
Here you go, friends. Thanks.
Yep. All right, let's do this one from listener Daniel, who asks, about a year ago, CJ had a dental appointment for the first time in 11 years or so. However, we never got a post-appointment update. How did your dental visit go, CJ? You can tell it's a slow gaming.
I was going to say, really scraping the bottom here.
Scraping the bottom more than they were scraping CJ's teeth.
I know. First of all,
Dude had barnacles.
It wasn't 11 years.
Barnacles.
It was 20 years. And
when you said it wasn't 11 years, I was expecting you were going to make it sound better.
No.
It wasn't 11 years. It was actually much worse than you thought.
It was much worse than you thought. But no, I have been going to the dentist now once every 6 months. And last year, I went to the dentist and it went very well, actually. I was very very happy with it. And they filled in a couple areas on my teeth, but they were actually surprised that the condition my teeth and gums were in for not having been to the dentist in 20 years. So
it's probably all the Oreos.
Every 6 months. Yeah. Exactly. And
the double stuff kind of hardened.
Yeah, it just formed a nice film over you.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't eat double stuff Oreos.
The enamel.
Let me just clear that up.
You just
I
eat
don't
single stuff?
Just the single stuff. I don't like the double stuff. Sorry.
Okay.
No. I'm a
Okay.
single stuff man only. I like my stuff in singles.
No, I
not
get it.
Doubles.
Yeah, no. It's too much
That's
stuff.
the double stuff's a whole different category on the website. It's
Too much stuff. Yeah.
yeah. It
You
looks
know what I mean?
uncomfortable.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean.
I understand,
we
but I
all
don't
know.
accept it.
I see. All right, let's do this one from listener Kevin, who asks, what is each of yours most regrettable professional magazine review and why?
Oh,
Most regrettable
Oh man.
professional magazine review.
I don't know. I'm sure if I were to go back and look at every review I've ever done, I'm sure I will find more regrettable ones.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of games that I've reviewed over the years that I simply don't remember having played, much less written anything about them.
Yeah.
But the one that immediately comes to mind, and again, perhaps not the most egregious example, but certainly the one that I remember the most because it's the one that I actually regret, is that I lowballed Gitaru Man.
So did I.
Is this gonna be all three of our answers?
Oh, is it yours?
I don't regret
it's
it,
up there.
but I
regret
it, but I
scoring it
absolutely
that way.
it.
Because I think I approached it wrong. I should have approached it as not paying attention to the length of the game, but like as an overall how much I enjoyed the game, how much it impacted me, how much fun I had with it.
Right.
And
I reviewed that
it on the basis of how much content was in there, which you can finish Gitaru Man in a very short amount of time.
An hour, probably.
Yeah, and I think I may have even said in the review, like, if you don't mind a short length, add like 2 points to this score.
Right.
But
yeah, I reviewed that for Game Now, which, as you'll recall, used the alphabet report card
Oh no,
scale.
what'd you give it? Did you give it a U1?
Oh. I see what you did there.
Alphabet scale.
I get it. I believe I either gave it a B or a B plus. And that really should have been in the A range.
I gave it like a 6.5.
Ooh, geez.
Yeah, I think mine was around there as well, Greg.
Yeah.
So you guys were leaning hard into the like Consumer Reports level.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I always did.
Because
That was always
beatable.
That was always my thing.
It was such a short game, and games were not. I don't think Gitaru Man was a value priced game.
I don't believe it was. I think it was probably $50.
And if you bought it and finished it in that time, unless you really liked what it was laying down, which I did,
right?
You probably feel ripped off by that. So,
yeah, I'm sure I mentioned, hey, it's short, but what you're getting is incredible.
Yeah.
But I should have leaned harder into that, and I should have given it the A range grade that it deserved.
Yeah.
There was a Game Boy Color game called Warlocked.
I remember that game.
Which was like a real-time strategy game, I think.
In that I remember that it exists. I don't think I've ever played it.
Right. That I reviewed, gave an 8.5. That I never turned on once.
What?
Because I was not.
Well, that's worse than my Gitaru Man thing.
I know, right? I was not assigned the review. It was a last-minute decision. I don't know why there was a situation that arose, but there were only 2 reviews written for it.
Oh,
I don't know if it was somebody didn't do the review that was assigned to them, or if they couldn't get into the game enough to review it. I have no idea. But Crispin was I think the large reviewer on that game, because back then we had one review that was longer than the other two.
right.
So he was like the main reviewer on that game, and he ghost wrote a second review, and they put my name on it.
Oh, okay.
I regret that.
That
'Cause
happened
I've
that
literally never
happened-
touched that game.
That happened a few times.
Oh, it did. It happened.
And
Yes.
it kind of had to.
But it was the only time it
because-
happened to me. That's all.
Yeah. We were,
A
I would
relatively small
say-
crew reviewing way too many games a month.
I would say, yeah, it was folly to try to review that many games in a month, especially since the cycle would start and you wouldn't even have all the review games in at that time, right? And you
Oof.
would get them in all the way up to the last minute. And oftentimes it was just not tenable, like, to do that. I don't even know why we did that.
I don't know.
I mean, it
But-
was good when it went from 4 reviewers to 3 reviewers. That was
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, that had already
But-
happened by the time I got there. But
yeah.
Hmm.
Well, somebody who played the game wrote your review. So
yeah, the
that's
review
not
was
bad.
written by someone who played it a lot.
That's not that bad then.
It's just that he wrote.
So it
2
was
of the
like
reviews.
like an E-Storm.
Very
It's like
much.
when E-Storm and Skids both reviewed a game
Yeah.
and Game
Now-
Fan.
Oh,
What did happen, and this didn't happen frequently, but it did happen, was you would get people who didn't have the time to put in to properly review a game,
yeah.
and they would sort of consult with the other reviewers
And fudge it. Yeah.
and fudge it. Yeah.
Yeah. That happened quite a bit too. Only during those holiday months.
None of
when you
those
had, like,
shenanigans on Game Now. I can assure you.
Well, it's
Well,
'cause
you know,
didn't
when there's
have
only
to
10
review
people
it.
reading it, it's not really scrutinizing it too much.
Well, I'm just saying we did it right. You're welcome.
Yes.
But there we go.
Yes. All right. Let's do this one, which isn't really a question, but more an exclamation
Oh,
from Hacker Alias Mudron, who says, Scott Pilgrim.
yeah.
Supposedly it's the new Evangelion, and I still don't even know what Evangelion is.
Yeah, I'd never watched that.
He's referring to the new Scott Pilgrim anime series on Netflix,
Takes off. Scott Pilgrim takes off.
which we just finished watching, my wife and I.
I have watched the first episode. No spoilers. No
Okay.
spoilers.
There are plenty of spoilers to be had.
I'm sure. No.
Now, I'm
I-
assuming you've not read the comics, CJ.
I have actually.
Oh, did you really?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
This is the rare one where I have read the comics.
Okay.
So
And you've certainly seen the movie,
I have seen the movie. Yes.
which is an adaptation of the comic.
right.
Greg, have you read the comic?
No. But I've
You've seen the movie,
yeah.
though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Many times.
Yes.
And played the video game.
Yeah, I played most of the video game. I wasn't crazy about that game.
Oh, I love that video game, as you may remember.
I do remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not.
good. Right.
It is good.
Anime?
The anime is good,
Yeah. The
and
first
it is
episode
not.
was
I
good.
think a lot of people. I know I certainly was expecting just an animated adaptation of the comic
Yeah.
without like some of the, because they had to truncate the story quite a
Mhm.
bit to fit it into the live action movie,
Right.
which I enjoyed quite a bit. But this is not that. It starts off as an adaptation, and then at the end of the first episode, it takes a left turn, and then the story develops in a completely different way throughout the rest of the series. And I won't say anything more than that to avoid spoilers. But CJ, you've watched the first episode, so you've probably seen the turning point
Yeah.
of the story.
I have
Yes.
to watch this.
But yeah, it's weird. but I liked it quite a bit. And when Bill's talking about the kind of similarities with Evangelion,
Mm-hmm.
now CJ, you've seen Evangelion.
I have not. No.
Wait,
Like
what?
I have seen some of Evangelion. I've not like seen the entirety. So yeah, I thought we've been over this before.
Have we been over this?
We've been
Now,
over
what
this.
about Anime Love and Prospector? He
You've chastised
had
me.
to have seen.
No, the Anime Love and Prospector has not either. Yeah, I know.
That's weird because that
It's-
seems like something a
Seems like
prospector who
something-
loves anime would have seen Neon Genesis Evangelion. Greg, you've not
That's
seen this either?
No.
Oh my goodness. What am I working with here?
Amateurs.
Apparently. So Neon Genesis Evangelion
Yeah.
was a series
And
that came out, but late 90s, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Early aughts, late 90s, somewhere in that range.
Mm-hmm.
And then in recent years, they have done a series of 4 new Evangelion movies. And it's a very similar thing where it starts off, the first movie starts off like, oh, this is just going to be kind of a retelling of the original series, but then it takes a different turn, and suddenly, the story branches out in all sorts of new different ways. So it's a very similar kind of
Oh, that's cool.
reworking, retelling
I like that.
that obviously relies on you being familiar with the source material
Yeah.
beforehand so that you can appreciate the changes to the structure. So
Yeah. It's like how
Oh,
the
well, my
US
good-
Office, the first episode is an exact copy of the first episode of the British Office.
oh
and then
right,
it just like, yeah,
Gets
goes
better.
there
a
you
different-
go.
goes
I'll
a
put this
different
in
way and
terms you
gets-
can understand. It's like the U.S. Office.
That's exactly, that's what it is, though.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Go watch the rest of your Scott Pilgrim cartoon.
Okay.
Then go watch
Evangelion.
Neon Genesis Evangelion episodes 1 through 26.
Yeah.
And then watch the movie The End of Evangelion, which is an alternate take on the final 2 episodes
Right.
of the series.
Becoming a lot
Right.
of work.
This is already.
And then go watch the
Yeah.
4 rebirth films,
Yeah.
which is an alternate take on the series as a whole.
Yeah. By the way, I was watching the Thanksgiving Day parade, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
That's
I
the
don't know if
one.
you've watched it ever, but they had a balloon this year of Monkey D. Luffy
Beloved
from the
manga.
anime of One Piece, and I was like, rewind time 15 20 years and
Oh,
tell
yeah.
me that there's going to be a float of Monkey D. Luffy
Yeah.
in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, and I would have said, you are crazy. That's never going to happen.
And there it was.
And there it was. Yeah.
And his hat popped.
I didn't see the hat poppy.
The
I didn't know about
the
that.
brim of his iconic straw hat
Oh.
snagged a tree,
Ah.
and just the brim popped, but it popped in such a way where it was just the brim.
Oh.
So the brim deflated and kind of flopped down, and he became a bucket hat Luffy,
I see. Okay.
leader of the bucket hat pirates.
There you go.
Did you ever watch that live action One Piece?
I have not yet. No.
Well, while you have Netflix loaded up, watch that as well. That's
Okay.
really good.
All right.
That's a good show.
I'll have to try it. Yeah.
Y'all should watch that too.
Okay.
I don't mean to be telling tales out of school, but I recommend.
We just started watching the Quantum Leap reboot,
Oh, right.
which
Which I've heard is
hear-
good, but I've not watched it.
I hear it's gotten quite good in like the second season.
Yeah.
But, we watched the pilot episode, and actually, I really liked it. And I had
Yeah.
heard people who were disappointed in it. I'm like, what? I thought people were disappointed in this, and here I am, like, really enjoying this.
No, I've heard it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I have not watched it,
yeah. I'm also
but
watching that new season of Fargo.
I haven't seen Fargo.
Fargo? You haven't seen Fargo?
I've seen the movie.
Okay, well, the TV show is very good as well.
Okay.
This is the 5th season of it. So
Well, that's a lot.
it's a lot, but I highly recommend Fargo. It's
Okay.
a fun time.
Well, okay then.
Yeah. I think we can end the podcast episode.
Are you sure?
We could talk more about
What you've been watching.
what
Yeah.
TV shows we've been watching, and Mystery Science Theater crowdfunding that failed.
Oof.
That's
Failed hard.
Failed hard. Yeah.
They
missed their goal by a lot.
There's like a million things they did wrong with that campaign.
Although I backed it,
Really?
but now I don't have to pay.
I did.
They didn't make their goal.
I did not back it this time around.
I'll back it again because I didn't really actually. When I got my physical rewards for the last Kickstarter, I was surprised. I was like, wait, I back to the level where I get physical rewards, and apparently people had been waiting for a long time for those physical rewards, whereas for me it was a surprise and kind of a delight to receive them.
Yeah,
Other people were pissed.
People were getting their physical rewards like right when the new campaign was starting.
Yeah which I as an all digital consumer have no real issue with, but I understand
right
how that could be an issue for others.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, I think we're done with this episode.
About time.
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on various social media platforms, but probably Threads and X. We also have an internet website, playeronepodcast.com. You can find our contact information there. You can find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Seward there. You can find Generation 16 episodes, and you will find show notes and links to all the things we talked about right there on the web, the World Wide Web, and a link to our Discord server where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting playeronepodcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening app. We're also on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/P1 Podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks on the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Twitch.televisions. Just follow one of our many social media accounts to find out when we are doing our next live show. Typically, it is Sunday evenings at 5:30, a specific time. So join us, won't you? I'll tell you what, if you like what you've heard, and how could you head over to patreon.com/P1 Podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. I will remind you that I have just discovered Yahoo Auctions Japan. So if you want me to continue to be swimming in Japanese LCD games or Japanese Famicom strategy guides or little Godzilla vinyl figures or old Ranma 1/2 Game Boy games, then by all means send us your money.
No, that's not how that works.
And I will see if I can sneak it past CJ.
Nope. Can't sneak nothing past me.
CJ won't let me.
No.
Buy my toys with your money.
Nope.
So be grateful to him for that. But be grateful to him because that money goes to supporting our show and keeps us streaming and running and everything every week. And I'll tell you what, friends, if you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 tier,
cheap,
you gain access to a special bonus episode that we record right after this. We play games, crack wise, having fun doing all the stuff we can't do on the regular show. CJ?
Yeah.
Please tell me that we have a game for this week.
We do, Phil.
Ooh.
We have a game.
What a treat.
It is an EGM review game.
Uh-oh.
From the November 1998 issue of Electronic Gaming Monthly Magazine.
Now, did the reviewers play any of these games?
I'm pretty sure they did. Yeah.
Are we sure?
Although it was a holiday issue, so you
At least
never
one of them
know.
did.
Okay. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Please join us for that. And I'll tell you what, I'll mention this again. If you tune into our podcast feed on Thursdays, CJ will post an old after show from like
That's right.
100 episodes.
100
Ago?
episodes ago. Yes.
So if you want to hear the after show from episode 788, which doesn't have quite the ring
True.
of 888,
A little different. Yeah.
but you can hear some old show, and then if you like what you hear, you go throw a little money at the Patreon and get the fresh stuff.
And you'll have a backlog of 100 after shows.
Oh my gosh,
There.
an embarrassment of
Yeah.
riches.
That's right.
And I'll tell you this, if you have a couple bucks left over, head over to patreon.com/Greg Seward to help support Greg's outstanding, and it is outstanding, web series about North America's favorite runner-up, the Sega Genesis.
Thank you, Phil. And if you are a supporter of the $5 variety,
Also, devilishly cheap.
welcome back, Satan.
Hey, it's great to be here again on old 888.
Tis
Feeling great.
Yeah.
My 7th winner up here. You get access to the weekly commute, which is an almost weekly vlog
Oh.
series about the various projects I'm working on, usually the videos I'm working on, and just all kinds of other stuff that comes to mind as I'm talking. So please consider supporting the show. It pays for all the bits and bobs that I use to actually capture video and edit video and stuff like that. I would appreciate it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yep.
I think
Is
so.
that it? Is that all it is?
Yep.
Okay, well, CJ,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gregory.
Yo.
Thank you as well.
Thank you, Philip.
Oh, absolutely. Come on. It's me. And a big old thank you to you. You, our wonderful, wonderful listeners, every single darned one of you. Remember, as always, take care of yourself, your loved one, your family, your friends. Do what you got to do to be safe. Be kind to everyone. Be kind to others. Be kind to yourself, man. You're okay. We like you well enough. And we hope to see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.